Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, because as I said before, you're getting daily and consistent hot topics. And this hot topic has been a hot topic of the week, a hot topic of the last couple of months, and we've been covering it. And you all have been in my DMs, in my tweets, telling me, Kempire, are you going to talk about this Tisa Tells interview with Falynn? And I just honestly did not have the time, because we recap and we cover all kinds of hot topics. So I decided Friday night we would talk about it. And luckily I waited, because more details in regards to the rumors that Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Pina, is pregnant. We'll get to that in a second. But before we get into these topics, let's take care of some YouTube stuff. Be sure to like this video, drop your crowns in the chat, let me know where you're watching from. I will be taking callers once we hit 100 likes. Yes, let's get to 100 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link, because I want to know your thoughts on this Tisa Tells interview. And I have to say, shout out to Tisa Tells, because I feel like she got a lot of information that we haven't been able to get in regards to Falynn's story, her relationship with Porsha Williams, her relationship with Simon Guobadia. I saw all of your comments. People feel like he's a narcissist. Based on the way that Falynn described him, it sounds as if he was a narcissist. But I'm also a little critical of Falynn in this interview. And I want to know what your critique of her interview and some of the things that she said in that interview. And I took some notes. It was over a 2-hour interview. And I watched it twice. Oh. Just so I can get some of the information for you in regards to Falynn's divorce. They're trying to make up in between those divorces, him stepping away for 2 months and her not knowing exactly where he is or what he's doing or who he's doing it with, while she's taking care of his kids. He didn't even ask about the kids. Lord. TikTok, I won't be facing here the entire time. For those that are just joining us, I will be facing my computer in front of me. So head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We'll also be live on TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We'll be live on my Twitter and my Twitch. Those handles are at TheKempire. So head on over there. What is going on to the chat? I apologize. Look, Marilyn's in the house. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Faith. Hey. I watched. She was great. Yes. I had to watch it again also. Tisa did an amazing interview. Yes, she did. Charleston, Orlando, Miami. Drop those crowns. I love seeing it. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Charlotte. I finally get to catch you live from Texas. Yes, and I got my Beto shirt on when he ran for Senate. I have to say, though, I have gotten a lot of political merchandise, but the quality of this shirt is pretty top-notch. I'm just saying. It's pretty top-notch. Ghana's in the building. Love it. What's going on, CJ? Hey, Candy. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Secret Fairy. Hey, Kenya. What's going on? I appreciate you all being here. We already have almost 200 people in the chat. Let's get to 100 likes, and I will drop the call-in link, because I want to know your reaction to Tisa Tells' interview. And as always, we will be citing our sources in the description of the video. So if you have not seen it, you have not done your homework. But if anything, be sure to support Tisa Tells and go check that out and subscribe to her channel. So I did take some notes. I'm not going to go through every nitty-gritty part of Falynn's story. I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, Falynn's on this, interviewing tour. How many interviews has Falynn done? Maybe on one hand we can catch. I know she did the Jasmine brand, but I think that wasn't that interview. That interview was before her divorce announcement. I can't recall. She did, of course, Fox Soul. She did, of course, Our Boy Up and Adam. So she hasn't done a lot of interviews. I can count on one hand. Okay? I can count on one hand. Darlene, if you would like to be a moderator, the more I see people show up, I will consider them. Because we've made people moderators, in the beginning of the channel, and I haven't seen some of these people in a minute. So I'm about to clean out my moderators list. Don't take it personal. I appreciate your support. If you never come back again, then you really weren't that supportive. And that's no shade to you, darling. I'm just talking in general. Cree says that Falynn is fake. Look, I don't know about all that. We are going to break down this interview in parts, okay? So, of course, if you're just joining us, we're talking about this Falynn interview. A lot of you thought I was interviewing Falynn. No, I told you guys from the other day, right before this interview, the same day that Tisa Tells did her interview with Falynn, I said, I'm not interested in interviewing Falynn. That's no shade to Falynn. I'm just not interested. But then when I saw the interview, I was like, there's a couple of questions I would have wanted to ask her, but not sure she would have answered them. Either way, there are pregnancy rumors. We've been talking about these pregnancy rumors. Those pregnancy rumors were started by Falynn Guobadia. Falynn Guobadia has been in the comments. He's been shady. He's been messy. Falynn confirmed in this interview he is messy. She also confirmed that he's talked about Porsha before. You remember in the Fox Soul interview, she said, oh, he's told her that Porsha allegedly slept with his cousin in order to get that Rolls Royce, an old Rolls Royce. But she's like, I don't know anything about Rolls Royces. It looked like a Rolls Royce. Either way, if it's an old Rolls Royce versus a new one, does it really matter? Just saying. You say tomato, I'd say tomato. I don't know. Samaya, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She said she's definitely sus at this point. I'm side eyeing her hard now.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But with that being said, I thought it was a good interview because I think finally we got a lot of the answers. But we're gonna address those pregnancy rumors, and I'm gonna be playing clips from a recent blogger that talked about those pregnancy rumors. But we'll get to that in a second. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Falynn Guobadia's final. This is what she said in her Tisa Tells interview. That this would be her final interview. It was an over 2-hour interview, and I was like, oh my God, okay. Okay, I think I'm done with Falynn. And that's no shade to Falynn. I saw a lot of myself in Falynn. And when I say myself, my Taurus self, I saw pictures of Falyn's baby's fathers. One of them, I was like, Jalen doesn't surprise me. Oh, and shout out to my girl Sunday. Omani. Oh God, I apologize, Sunday. But shout out to her. She posted about the Jalen Banks' mother calling into our show the other day to deny any rumors of Jalen Banks being gay. And a lot of you guys did not believe it. But Sunday did her due diligence and she looked it up. Sunday, I'm so glad you did, because after the conversation, I just was no longer interested. I'm not even being shady. I'm being so real. I hung up and I forgot. I made a clip of it so that you guys could, just in case you missed that part, because it was like an over an hour live. And I was just like, all right, done. Hey, thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Michelle says she looks pregnant. We're going to talk about that. Because I wasn't believing any of the pregnancy rumors until now. Anyways, we're talking about this interview, and I just want to kind of go through some of the things, the highlights that we got from this Tisa Tells exclusive interview with Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Pina. There we go. Okay. So she talks about Simon and her relationship. And, we've talked about it multiple times. In January, he filed for divorce, but they had decided to work on their relationship. And as we broke down the previous receipts that Tisa brought on her video, we think that this relationship between Porsha and Simon began back in September of 2020. So you may recall in the Fox Soul interview, Falynn talked about filming, how it took a toll on her. It was not something that she wanted to do, blah, 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 blah. But one of the other things that she said was that the first time that she met Porsha was at that pool. Remember the pool when we recapped that? We were like, why is that man just staring at them? Well, I don't think Simon was just staring at them. I think Simon wanted to be caught on camera. I think Simon, as we saw from this interview and based on what Falynn has explained to us about her relationship with him, he sounds narcissistic. It sounds as if he wanted to be on the show. And I got to call BS to Falynn. Because Falynn says that she had never watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I know it's not impossible. However, I don't believe it. She says that Simon has, though. He's a big fan. a big fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she also alluded that he not only talked about Porsha and his cousin with Porsha, he also talked about another housewife. And I had to think to myself, what other housewife would he be talking about? She never named names. But then I was like, maybe Nene? Maybe he said some things about Nene. According to Falynn, Simon knows a lot about a lot of people, supposedly. She can't confirm if what he knows is true or not. She also tried to debunk the whole video. You know, we didn't believe she didn't have to debunk the cheating rumors with Jalen based off the receipts that Simon gave us. You know, I think I actually still have some of those receipts in my. I need to delete some of these. These are his receipts and video of Jalen coming into the home and going to the side. But based on what Falynn was saying, he was one of her 2 assistants. Also, he was also Mr. Fix-It. She said one of the doors are broken. So that's one of the reason why he was going over there. Do I believe that? Well, I did when she said it, but now that I'm hearing about these other rumors, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I believe. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure. Let me just redo this. Something's going on here. There we go. All right. So, like I said, this was over a 2-hour interview. I just want to go over the highlights, things that stuck out to me. So she said that they were working on the relationship. They had went to Costa Rica and New Orleans, and they were trying to work on their relationship. Okay, blah 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 blah. Like some of these details at this point are unimportant. Some of these details are unimportant at this point, in my eyes. She said that they went to therapy several times throughout their marriage and even before their marriage. My thing is, look, I'm a big advocate for therapy, but if you're going to therapy before your marriage, and I'm not talking about like, you know, the therapy that you have, you know, right before you marry. If you're having those types of issues on that level and you don't feel like there's any sort of resolution, why get married? To each their own. So one of the other things that she mentioned was that Simon disappeared for 2 months. And when I say disappeared, he did communicate with her, but he didn't ask about his kids, allegedly. And I've seen all the videos about his relationship with some of his children. She also talks about his relationship with his overall family. She said he's only been back to Nigeria only once. That since she's known him, and that was for his father's funeral. That goes back to the other video that we posted about a Nigerian woman called in and said, nobody in Nigeria knows who he is. This man's status of wealth is not real, because if he was that wealthy, people would know who he is. I don't know. But as I said before, he disappeared for 2 months. In this interview with Tisa Tells, she says that she assumed that he was with someone for those 2 months. Was it Porsha? Or was it this woman? You know, I didn't get rid of this picture. This picture's been in here for months. It wasn't this woman. You know why? Because this woman says that they were supposed to travel together. If you remember, I'm so shocked that I even remember this. She said that they were supposed to go travel somewhere together, but it never happened. Yes, the white woman. Jessica Cakes. Jessica Harris, Jessica Cakes. Okay. It is what it is. But she assumes that he was with someone. Okay. Can you guys remember the name of the hotel? I forgot to write down the name of the hotel. The one that Tisa alleges where we saw where he was having his rendezvous with Porsha, allegedly. It's the same hotel that because Falynn used to live in California and she would come visit him, that's the hotel that she would stay. The Regis. Yes. Thank you guys. I love that you guys are paying attention. I knew it started with an R, but I was like, I actually saw a photo and they were in front of the Roosevelt. And I was like, oh, is that the hotel? But no, it was the Regis. Yes, the St. Regis. Hold on. He wants Portia's kitty cat cash. You know what? St. Regis. Thank you guys. Appreciate you helping me with this storyline. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Tisa Tells' recent exclusive interview, final interview with Falynn Guobadia, just going over some of the highlights. Okay? So as I said to you before, they went to therapy. And she seemed as if they were working on their relationship. It seemed that it was going in a better place. Okay? But it is what it is. It apparently, let me just kind of go look. I'm going in order, y'all. In this therapy session, she says, the therapist asked, how much do you respect Falynn? And he laughed. Okay. And she said that was pretty hurtful for her, and that stood out to her during therapy. And we already talked about, because we talked about the Fox Soul interview where she revealed that, her relationship with Porsha. Because as I said to you before, she met Porsha for the very first time. Oh, another thing. So, okay, here are a couple of things that I have to call Falynn out because I'm a straight shooter. Pow, 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 pow. Okay? She says that she never watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't believe that. The other thing that she said was that she asked, the producers asked her of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, who of the housewives do you think would be the ideal person to join, to bring you onto the show? And she says, Porsha. And I said to myself, Porsha? Especially if you're saying that you're a Taurus. As a Taurus, Porsha wouldn't be the one I would want for me to bring on the show. What's going on, Tisa? Appreciate you being here. We're recapping your exclusive interview. Again, guys, if you haven't seen it, there is a link in the description of this video. Thank you for joining us, Tisa. The ideal person for me to bring me on the show, if I was going to have someone bring me on the show, of course, would be my fellow Taurus, Candy, or maybe Porsha or Kenya. But for her to say, oh, I thought Porsha because she's this and she's that, and I was just like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. What's going on, Sunday? Thank you so much for being here. We were talking about you a little bit earlier as well. We're just recapping just some points that stood out to me. As I said to you before, I don't believe that she's never watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta before being on it. She says she did like a quick recap of a couple of seasons. I don't believe that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't believe that. Okay? Let me see here. Because I took notes. So after hanging out in her closet, and shout out to Falynn because she was watching us that day. Because one of you called in and said you had to call BS on Falynn saying that Porsha borrowed her clothes. And she was saying, well, Porsha can't fit that. They don't wear the same size. And I said, oh, you're right. Well, during her interview, she debunked that. And she said, no. She did borrow my clothes and she didn't return it. How do you borrow someone's clothes and don't return them? First of all, I wouldn't want to borrow anyone's clothes, especially someone I just met. But that wasn't the only time that they hung out at her pool. They hung out again at a nightclub because they had saw each other. And then Porsha was reading, like, where you guys headed? Blah, blah, blah. It's like Porsha was plotting and planning this. A little bit. It feels a little suspect. I don't know about you, but it feels a little suspect to me. Feels a little suspect. Let me take a sip. Okay. So we went over some of this other stuff. I'm just kind of going through over some of the highlights for me. I'm still trying to figure out who the other housewife that Simon probably said some messy things about. I'm thinking that it was either Kenya or Nene, and I'm leaning more towards Nene. I wish you would have given us some hints. Can you give us a hint? But one thing I have to confirm here, and it's nothing that Falynn said that confirmed it. It's Simon's own behavior. He is a messy boots. Messy boots. Darlene said they're sister wives. I can't. TC says, but Marlo is pretty thick and tall too. What's going on here? She gave hints. Did I miss that? I watched it twice. Okay. We're going to talk about the pregnancy. We're going to talk about the pregnancy in just a second. All right. So back to this. If you're just joining us, TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on multiple platforms tonight. And we're doing a quick recap of Tisa Tells' exclusive interview with Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Pina. There we go. It's going to take me a little bit to get it back into saying, well, this might be the last time no. Once she confirms the pregnancy, then we'll have to talk about Falynn one more time. Okay? Anyways. I mean, she talked about some really shady things that Simon did once they were getting divorced. Not only did he threaten to expose her relationship with Jalen, he also reneged on properties that she thought her name was on. It wasn't on. She was supposed to get 30 days before she was able to move out of their marital home. He changed that to 15 days. Then she reveals in this interview that she had terrible credit. Falynn, why would you have terrible credit if you're not paying for anything? And let me rewind that back. This would be your opportune time to have stellar credit. She does advise all the women watching, get that credit up. She says her credit's up again. Her credit was so bad that she couldn't even get a place for herself. Simon had to find a place for her. He paid a year's rent, but she ended up moving out of there. And I hear she's in Nene and Porsha's neighborhood. I didn't mean to yell like that, y'all. She's renting in Porsha and Nene's neighborhood. And that's going to lead us into some other tea. We'll get there in a second. I just want to cover all the areas. So shout out to Tisa, because I didn't expect this tea to drop in the interview. That part of Simon's accusations that Jalen Banks, who is now coming out about his relationship, y'all, you know what? I can't stand y'all. Coming out with their relationship, Tisa says that Jalen was incarcerated for some past issue from March 23rd to April 23rd. Michelle said he was insane. Now that reference makes sense, Karen. Okay, Karen. Now this reference makes sense. All right. So I was like, whoa, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that bomb to drop. So when did she get pregnant? Did she get pregnant before? Because if Falynn is pregnant, how is she going to explain the timeline? Because she says that they were working on their relationship in January. Simon and Porsha confirmed the relationship Mother's Day. Well, the day after. Well, Mother's Day. Said they were dating for a month. Madly in love and engaged. The math is not mathing. Darba's at conjugal visits. But why would you be having conjugal visits? Hold on. Oh, Sunday, thank you so much for the super chat. Sunday says, fantastic review, Kempire. Love from Canada. Sending love to you back, Sunday. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you're supporting Sunday's channel. And Sunday has a lot of content on this. So if you have not checked that out and you want a deeper dive, be sure to check out her channel as well. Again, thank you, Sunday, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Hold on. I saw something that I missed that I wanted to someone said the charade math or charade, she by charade, where we're going to get a summer, winter, spring, fall. Lord. Anyways, back to this recap because I want to get to the pregnancy stuff. Okay. So he paid for this rental, blah, 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 blah. We already talked about him not having a close relationship with his family. I was actually surprised by that. He takes care of his mom. So one of the things, during the whole, releasing the information about their relationship to the public, that it was over, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, Porsha's relationship reveal with Simon. And then we had the follow-up from Falynn saying that she was focusing on getting her divorce and blah, blah, blah. She says that he reached out to one of her best friends, Simon, reached out to one of her best friends, allegedly, and threatened that if she was to say anything derogatory about him, that he would tell the world that she was sleeping with Jaylen. Okay. And he also said he couldn't control what Porsha would do. That made me think to myself, what does he mean by that? What is Porsha gonna do? What is Porsha gonna do? That's the part I don't understand. Oh, Helena, thank you so much for the reminder. Kempire, add to the timeline. When did she have time to date this A-list celebrity? That's really important too. See, that's what I'm saying. Falynn's not so innocent here, because when she was talking about dating the A-list celebrity that she won't mention, she says that was what triggered Simon's behavior. And I'm just like, when, who, what, where? When, who, what, where? Oh, Lord. And now y'all see why I didn't want to. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. We already went through. I went through a lot of stuff already. See, I'm glad I've touched on this point. She blamed him. Okay, I don't want to say she blamed him. She said that she was drinking a lot because Simon likes to party and drink. And we know our girl Porsha does too. Yes, she does. Porsha likes to party, so apparently Simon reportedly likes to party and drink. She's currently not drinking as much anymore, she says. Now let's get into this. Again, shout out to Tisa Tells and her exclusive interview. If you guys have not seen it, there you'll be able to get the full details. I just wanted to cover it because you all have been hitting me up on Twitter, in my DMs, in my text messaging community. Matter of fact, let me post that up so you guys can join. And you've been asking me to cover this and talk about this. And of course I wanted to, but when it's such a large interview, it's not just easy to come on here and be like, yes, let's talk about a 2-hour interview. No, I gotta watch it again. I gotta take notes, all of that. Someone said Future is the daddy. Isn't he the daddy for everyone? It's either Future or Nick Cannon. At this point, one other last question that Tisa asked Falynn was, what if the RHOA producers called and, wanted to have you on the show? She's already said multiple times that the producers were not interested in having her come back after her Halloween party fight. Well, she says she would tell them to go F themselves. Girl, that's very easy to say when they're not interested. They're not interested. So they're probably like, okay. Y'all guessing the baby daddy? Y'all are remember. All right, let's talk about the baby daddy situation. So our friends over at Straight from the A are exclusively reporting that their sources are saying that Falynn Guobadia is with child. As I said to you before, we hear that Falynn has moved into a rental in the same neighborhood as Porsha Williams' home, Nene Leakes' home, and a few other rich people. So I want to play a clip for you guys. If I can, where is it? I got too many windows open, y'all. Here we go. Let me just play this for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me cue this up. All right. And while I'm doing this, guys, be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. And as always, I am citing my sources. So this interview with Tisa Tells and this news story from Straight from the A is linked in the description of this video. So be sure to go over there, subscribe to those channels, like their videos, and tell them who sent you. Okay, let's get into this. Okay, let's move me out of the way. Okay, let's take a listen.
lives in the same subdivision as her soon-to-be ex-husband's fiance. Y'all don't find that to be shady. Y'all don't find that to be shady. Porsha and Mimi and Drew all live in Sugarloaf Country Club. Y'all don't listen. Y'all take notes now. I know the other bloggers in here taking notes. Listen, they all live in the same subdivision. Remember, Nene bought her house there first. Nene got the big, huge house over there. Then Porsha bought, I guess, a foreclosure. They say, I don't remember. She bought a house over there. Porsha lived around the corner from Nene. And y'all remember last season, Drew was moving from one house that she rented into another house that she bought around the corner in that same gated subdivision. Y'all remember? Sure do. Okay. So, it's a lot of people living in that subdivision. Okay, I know some rich people too. Okay, so my people was like, "Did you know Falynn lived over here?" And I was like, "No, she lived over there." And they was like, "Yes." And they told me, Drew lived on the side. The houses ain't as big as the other side. It's a huge subdivision. So she lived over there with a smaller house. And over in the area is, it was a house for rent. So, the neighbors over there, they pay attention to who written in a subdivision, right? Y'all in here, y'all hear this? Y'all hear this, right? Y'all pay attention. So they pay attention to who moving in a subdivision. So apparently the owner of that house rented their home to a young lady who used to be on the Housewives. So everybody, yes, delicious too. So everybody was like, I wonder who it is. Who could it be? Who was on the Housewives who live over there? I know it ain't Kenyon. I know it ain't Cynthia. I know it ain't Marlo. Who is it? So they find out that it's Falynn, right? The Real Housewives of Gwinnett County. Okay, Sassy Virgo. They found out that it's Falynn. So, everybody talking about it. They see her, they be like, hey girl. She be walking around the neighborhood and stuff, barking. She used to bark the little dogs and all that stuff. So they started to notice that there was some changes going on with Falynn. She been walking around the neighborhood, jogging and doing, exercise. She's, she does stuff. They see her all around. Next thing you know, they see, she got a big belly. First of all, the people that I was talking to didn't know that it was a secret that she was pregnant. They was like, she's pregnant and blah, blah, blah. I was like, for real, she is pregnant? They was like, she is big and pregnant. Those were those exact words now, big and pregnant. So I'm like, big and pregnant can mean like 7-8 months pregnant. Like that's big and pregnant, because when you just pregnant, you might be like 3-4 months. You got a little baby belly. But big and pregnant meaning that it's very, very noticeable that she has a baby bump. That's why I did my thumbnail the way it was, because I'm like, get a picture, child, get a picture. She big and pregnant. I need to see. But I haven't got no pictures yet. But listen, I trust my sources. That's all I gotta say. I have never been one to come to y'all with no bullshit. Just know that. Just know that.
All right. As I said before, I ain't seen it. I ain't seen the pictures. But if this is true, the easiest way to debunk all this, and look, I know she's been posting pictures. We don't know the dates of those pictures. We will have to wait and see. But of course, we're talking about Falynn. So I had to bring the latest information that's circulating right now. The other information that's circulating right now is that we're not going to get a new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta until early next year. But they haven't even started filming this year. Oh, Lord. Jazz-eyed girl said she implied in Tisa's interview that she is. Did she? Jazz, you don't have to call or text where that implication. I listened to the interview twice. Doesn't say I could have missed something, but it listened to it 2 hours. Twice. All right, let me drop the call-in number because I want to hear what you guys have to say. You've been asking me to do this. I honestly could have just been like, I'm trying to catch up on Married at First Sight, season 10. Season 13, I haven't got there yet. Hold on. I said, you know what? You guys have been asking. If it was one person asking, then I'd be like, all right. But there were a lot of people asking, are you going to talk about this Falynn interview? So here we are. All right, let me just post this so that you guys can call in and share your thoughts. Hold on. There we go. All right, and shout out to our Royal Court and Team Kempire members. Don't forget, you can now join the Kempire Daily YouTube channel membership for the low price of $2.99. Or you can hit the join button under this video or head on over to TeamKempire.com for more information. All right, Cassandra says Falynn is not pregnant. How do you know, Cassandra? How do you know? That's the question that should have been asked. I'm surprised Tisa didn't ask that question. I know she was trying to gather, the timeline, but that's the question that should have been asked. Are you pregnant? Because my thing is if she's pregnant, based on what Straight from the A is saying, that means she's definitely past the, the fearful time, the first trimester. But it seems as if, unless she's really trying to hide something. Okay. Alicia says the live chat is always so much fun. I hope so. Look, I hope so. Shout out to my mods. Appreciate you all being here. We're just talking about this Falynn interview and the rumors that Falynn is pregnant and walking around. Is it Duluth? Is that where Nene and them live? Walking around pregnant, pregos. She could also just had a really good meal. I mean, she's very small. I don't know. I'm ready for them to start filming the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and hopefully it's a good season. Based on what we're hearing, it might not be. They're having a hard time casting. If you missed out on any of that tea, be sure to check that out as well. Hold on. Terry says she may feel it's not anyone's business. That's true. This is true. Oh, hold on. Thank you, Sugarloaf. Oh, Georgia. You and these names. Hold on. Yet Duluth at the Sugarloaf CC. What is that? Oh, Country Club? Oh, fancy. Libra says, I'm ready for RHOA. Okay. Let me just do this. Okay, guys, I've posted the call-in link. Let me take a couple of callers, and then I'm going to go lounge. I'm gonna go lounge and relax. Shout out to Sumaya. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Welcome to the membership. Appreciate you being here. All right, let me bring up some folks. Finally, Justice, I'm gonna bring you up. Hey.
Hey, long time no see. How are you?
What are your thoughts on all this information that's coming out?
I think it's honestly, it sounds a little vengeful,
Really?
It doesn't, because honestly, like the way she's trying to, I don't know, it's like really like I understand she has to choose her words carefully because she's in the public eye. But like the story about like she chose Porsha to be the friend of, and it's like you didn't even get a chance to meet her as like her choice of a friend before she came to your house. So I thought that was really weird. And then also like the whole like 2 seasons I watched thing that was very like weird as well, because it's like you just like I don't know, I just feel like it's not common to say like, oh, I watched 2 full seasons, binged it. It's usually like, oh, I binged watched it, or I just got caught up to speed. Like it's a very weird, like some of the terms she uses weird for like the situation she's trying to describe. And then I just don't, I wish she kind of like explained kind of what set Simon apart from anybody else for her to be with.
No.
Because that's something that like, yeah, I get it that he was paying for her to like go to the St. Regis or going on these trips, but it just doesn't. I just wish I could know a little bit more about what was the love story. Because, we're seeing the ending, but I just want to know what was the love story. Because if you're saying that, oh, yeah, he left and he'd be gone for months and he only has a desk and a printer.
Let's talk about that part. She said that he would work mostly from home, but he did have an office, but he didn't really use that office. So are these businesses allegedly really that fake and fraudulent?
I think that somebody needs to look into where the money's floating, because it could just all be floating back and forth between all these businesses. But, like, to keep it looking like they're having revenue. But if I'm paying my business to pay my business to pay my business, all of them look like they're having revenue. So I think it's just maybe somebody has to look into it. I just really hope that Porsha kind of has somebody else look into it, get a financial advisor to look into this before she keeps pursuing this, because it's not going to look good for our girl. And I'm just worried about, because if she gets too caught up in this, like I said before, the government going to garnish some Bravo checks.
Oh.
So, hey, they'll take that money.
Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, "Hey, love the interview. I feel bad about her."
I don't feel bad about her. I don't.
Why is that? Why don't you feel bad for
I feel like
Falynn?
I'm a Taurus too, and I feel like you see the signs coming before they happen. You're in tune with the earth, your earth sign. You know something is astray. And even though she didn't know what it was up, I would have been more like, I would have really pursued if my husband wasn't there for 2 months. He didn't ask for this. So you're saying that happened on a regular. That's what it feels like. Because I know one thing. My husband already knows that if he's gone for like 4 hours, he better call me.
4 hours?
Yeah, you better call me and just check in. I know he's doing work or whatever, but we talk all the time.
Oh my God! Finally, so when he goes to the office, he's got to call you.
Yeah, you call me on your lunch break.
Wow.
It ain't that hard. It isn't. I'm saying that because it's not that hard to make time for somebody who's important to you.
Oh yeah, that's true. I agree with that, but it just seems as if this is part of the criteria.
It is part of the criteria. Because if I want to talk to you, I need to be able to talk to you. You need to know that we talk all the time. I need to know what's going on. And yeah, it's my name on the line too. If you act crazy, then that's what I'm the crazy person's wife. Are you the crazy person's husband? That's the way it looks, just like how it is right now for poor, or not really poor, but she living in a country club. But Falynn, now she's tied to this scammer, and that she has to keep answering all these questions about if he was a scammer. He made her look out here looking crazy. If she was more up on it, all up in the business, she would have caught on, I think, quicker than 5 years. That's a very long time to be
I'm actually
stuck on stupid.
I'm really surprised at how long they've been married. We're together.
I mean, that's a long time to be stuck on stupid and be basically she was a glorified babysitter to me. She was the nanny.
Oh, because she did talk about taking care of all his kids.
She had all the kids coming. The kids came over there every day to do homeschool with her. All the kids.
Oh my God. Elena, thank you so much for the super chat. Elena says this: I want to have the DNA test with Simon, Jalen, and Nick Cannon. Falynn needs to be on RHOA.
Sound like Falynn gonna end up on Maury.
Oh no, I don't think so, because I think she knows who her baby daddy is.
I hope she do. Hope the timelines are right, because I know Simon's timelines are messed up. So hopefully you don't transfer that when he's sleeping with people. Don't transfer over their pillow germs. Transfer over there, you forget your timelines.
O Street says, I agree with the caller. She has one special needs son, and Simon has 2 special needs children. That is a lot of work. Wow, I didn't realize Simon had 2 special needs children.
Wow, so that's 3.
And he didn't call for 2 months.
That makes it worse. How do you? Oh my gosh! Because I worked in the special ed department, and we've had parents call every couple of hours, even though they know they're at school when they first started. They would call every couple of hours, talk to the nurse, had the teacher's cell phone number if they wanted to text real quick and ask.
Yeah.
So that, like, the whole situation is very abnormal. And it may be also because Falynn's lifestyle has not been just a normal adult lifestyle with the way she's progressed into her womanhood and motherhood. So that may be also another reason, because it just seems like Simon's like a predator. Like, he preys on these women, and
Not
he
a
just
predator. Funny.
yeah.
You're just dropping all kinds of bombs.
I think he's a predator. I think because I don't see why somebody will want to be with a woman who has allegedly 3 different kids with 3 different baby daddies, and her first kid she had at 15. And
Did
then
you?
y'all not saying, neither one is saying, oh, we fell in love with each other because we just, looked at each other's eyes and we just knew after hanging out for 3 months. Or nobody's giving that story. Everybody's like, oh yeah, like, we was cool. Like, I don't hang out with people for 5 years sleeping in their bed just because we cool.
All right. Finally, Justice,
But
thank you so much for calling in.
Of course.
Oh, Lord. I can't with you guys. Samia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, if she would have kept quiet after Adam, she wouldn't have to answer for any speculation. Now she looks suspect. But then there's the counter argument that, just when she did the interview with Adam, Simon was dropping allegations against her. Things that really sort of defamed her character. I mean, we'll see. All right, let me take a couple calls. Aaliyah, we already have over 700 something people watching this video. It's apparently Simon and Falynn have already disliked this video, which is all right. Be sure to like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel where you get daily and consistent content. All right. TikTok, if you're wondering where I'm talking, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live there. We're also live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. Be sure to add me on those platforms at TheKempire on Twitch and Twitter. And be sure to follow me on my social media for round-the-clock hot topics. All right, Aaliyah, I'm going to bring you up. Hey, Aaliyah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good morning, because it's morning here, right here in the UK.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's 2:45 right now in the morning.
Oh my gosh, and you're up.
Yeah, I'm doing my hair. I'm fixing my hair, so I just decided to watch it.
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, because I have a son and it disturbs me daytime, so I work. So this is the time I make my hair.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's motherhood,
Well, I appreciate it. What are your thoughts on all of this stuff that's been, just like it's a continuous ball rolling?
I know, this is why. Why I really called now is because I watched yesterday. What's her name? Tiz. She talks about the interviews again, and she mentions something about the pregnancy stuff and says she's not going to talk about it. It's like she knew something. She told us something behind, but she's not allowed to say it right now. But she said we should wait. There's going to be a shocker. Like, there's going to be something that really will come up. Everybody will go, wow, okay, now we see that she really believes some of the things that happen. She says it. She said we should wait, that she cannot say some things that she know for sure. There are some things that Falynn really told her that she cannot say, that she sees. And she saw some of the proof of what happened. Like proof of messages and stuff like that. So she cannot believe some of the things, you understand? And for me too, final speaking, I kind of believe 80% of what she's saying. I cannot believe it. And for women to be coming up and saying and talking about her, I think we should just focus on what is going on and not be deciding how their life is going, how they're taking care of their kids, how they're living with the kids. It's none of our business, because we don't really know what is going on, how they are doing with their children, how Falynn likes to be with kids or taking care of the kids. It's not on our business, because we all know how we deal with our kids separately. Because they are in the eyes of the public doesn't mean that we have to decide, we have to think what they are feeling with their kids, or think how they should take care of their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't be thinking about that. We should just talk about what is really going on that we're seeing right now. you know, that we're
Yeah.
seeing. So those parts, it might be they good with Falynn really love the kids. She likes to have kids, because I see people keep saying, oh, why she have these so many kids? Everybody has their right to do what they want to do. I know, because they're in the public eyes, but doesn't give us right to condemn them about having kids or not having kids or taking care of their kids. I don't think that is right, really right. But what I know is that we women, we are different in different ways. I believe that Falynn really like, okay, made this guy, okay, this guy is rich, and okay, she just follow. And Nigerian men are very controlling, very, very controlling. You understand? So I think when she got into the relationship, it really took over her life. It controls her, that she gets really confused, and she just stick there and told her what to do and was telling her everything. Don't worry, I'm going to make it right. No, just looking at him like, oh, this guy is a businessman. Let me just focus on the kids. I think this is what I'm just saying. This is, most Nigerian women are like that. I'm telling you, many Nigerian women, they believe like, oh, I'm married to, if they marry, Nigerian men controls everything.
Even
You know,
even in the interview that she did with Tisa, she alluded that, you know, she wanted to act, she couldn't act. Even ideas that she would talk to Simon about, he would take those ideas.
Yeah, most Nigerian men are like that. Not all of them now. Most of them are coming up now. But before, in days before, I'm 45 years old. So I know I've never been married. I don't want to be married because it's too much headache for me. I don't believe in marriage. For me, I don't believe in marriage. I'm in Nigeria, bro. I don't believe. And people in Nigeria believe that I'm not a good person because I'm not getting married. They just believe, oh, because she's pretty lady, why is she not getting married? So because of the lifestyle I've seen, the way Nigerians married women are living in a bondage. It's like they're living in a place where you married, you become like the house help, you become like everything, you become like stupid, you know. So this is why I'm not really blaming her so much. She gets into a relationship and a marriage that is kind of like toxic to her. And as an American woman, and you don't know her mind. And as an American woman, this man just took over. He tell her things that she thinks is real, and she just believe in it. I'm saying this is what I feel, and I know Nigerian men that can do that. Make her feel like, oh, I'm a prince, I'm this, you know. She just, this is how we live our life. Our women, they follow, you have to follow what I'm saying. And she just believe in that. And she just keep going, moving on with what he is saying. I think this is what happened. And now she becomes, maybe when she started realizing that this guy he starts seeing some pieces of what is not good in that place, in the relationship. She started to change. This is why he started to like want to get off of her, because he don't want her to become who she wants to be.
Wow.
She even said, she says it in the interview. She says it in the interview that when she was changing, that's when it started to get away from her, because he wants her to be that pet.
She said something really powerful about her maturity. She started out as a little girl with him, and then she became an actual woman, and then he didn't need her anymore.
This is what I was trying to say. Like, people are not listening to what she says. They just listen to pieces and pieces and just think she's stupid or this. I'm telling you, the mind of a woman, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter what you've done or educated, a man can really take your power, take all that power away from you sometimes. Yeah, wow. I think when she starts to realize that, then it changes. It changes to her, and because he couldn't control her like that anymore, this is why it's now like looking for something else. You understand? And this guy looked like somebody who wants to be in public high, who wants to be known. So I think it really maybe their relationship is already falling apart, but he convinced her, oh, let's get into this Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're gonna make it. And this girl, she just really like, okay, let me do it and just follow up, you know, thinking, okay, this is a good idea. He brought this idea again because she says he was the one bringing all the things, saying that this is that, and she just followed with it. And I think this is where she made a big mistake. She said she was stupid. She made big mistake about that. But you know, can you blame her sometimes? Sometimes we all make mistakes.
Especially in relationships.
Yeah, she's 30. You know, she's not even I know 30 is supposed to be, sometimes it's hard for you to know how some people grow. Everybody grows differently. I think this man really took over her life and used her for all what he wanted. She even said it. She said sometimes all the ideas she brings, he takes the idea and make it his own idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he's really a controlling person. He really control her so much that she wants to get out, and she just, you know, everything just went really soured. So
And
this
maybe,
thing that this
maybe
their marriage has been bad before the Real Housewife. I think so. Their marriage has been bad before the Real Housewife. This is why even if she's pregnant now, I think they are not together anymore. This Real Housewife just came. They came together to do it, but it didn't work out the way they planned.
Especially because one of the things that she said that, you know, along with him getting a Wikipedia, he was also trying to get verified on Instagram. I checked; he's still not verified on Instagram. So this really was a big ego thing for him.
It's not check. I checked it too. You know, I'm really checking so many things about him. I really don't see, because the place he came from. I went to school in the same town that he came from, and that town that he came from is not known, and that town is a small town. They would have known him like that, but he's not known there. You know, no one knows him. For people not to know you in your own town, that means there's something you are hiding.
Well, you know, one of the things that Falynn said in an interview, she said he had only been back to Nigeria one time, and that was for his father's funeral.
That's it. And you see, what's his name? David Adefeso. The one that was going with the girl from the Braston's girl.
Oh my God, what is his name? David something.
David Adefeso. That guy, you see, when he was with her, he took the family, everyone to Nigeria.
Yep.
Show that he is really genuine kind of person. He is genuine, even though he wants fame too, but he is more genuine than this guy, because he took them there. It was in the news in Nigeria. Everyone knows about him now because of that. And you trying to get into Real Housewife of Atlanta, and you are not trying to take Porsha to Nigeria yet, so that they can get. If you took Porsha, is popular in Nigeria, so take Porsha to Nigeria, you're gonna get big.
I think it's really interesting. And look, as I said before, people like Tisa Tells and Sunday are all over him. So I don't think he knows what he's gotten himself into, because everyone's digging into his past.
He's realizing now. He's getting calmer a little bit. He's trying to work his way out of it. He thinks he can get up, but he's going to blow in his face.
Yeah, and we're going to be all over and ready to watch.
Yeah, I'm waiting for what is going to happen next.
So Aaliyah, one last question. So is this going to make you invested in watching Porsha's spinoff that's supposed to be, I hear, 8 episodes, The Pursuit of Porsha? Is this going to make you excited to watch?
No, I'm not watching it. No, I don't want. I don't think I will. Because it's me. I've never watched any of their episode that they do on their own. I prefer to watch like a group when there are many people in it. I've never really invested. Even the Real Housewife, I've never really invested myself in it. I watch it when I can. I don't just go like all over for it. So now she's doing this her own thing. I don't think I have the time to go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You definitely don't have the time. You're up trying to do your hair at 3-something in the morning because you don't have any other time.
So I don't have the time. I prefer to come and watch you guys talking about it than I kind of pick up all the things from listening to you guys talking about it. But for me to sit down and watch a whole episode, for me, it's just too much for me.
I understand.
I enjoy watching YouTube. I enjoy watching you guys. You know, it's even more. It's more interesting than watching Real Housewife and others. You know.
We appreciate that. Let the executives know that, okay?
All right.
Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Guys, this is why I love connecting with you here on YouTube, and this is part of the reason why I love doing these lives, and part of the reason why I am doing this live recapping Tisa Tells' exclusive interview with Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Pina, was because you have been requesting it. You've been texting me, you've been DMing me, you've been tweeting me, and here we are. We're recapping it, and I'm taking your calls. I'm going to take a few more calls because I want to hear your thoughts on Tisa Tells' interview and also the pregnancy rumors. I'm still unsure until I see a picture or until she confirms it. Then we'll go live again. All right, Nia, I'm going to bring you up. Hey, Nia.
Hey.
Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, I came in as soon as I got home because I was watching the Haitian president funeral. Because, we have a blended family here. It's Jamaican and Haitian. So we were just having a conversation about it and stuff like that. So,
Hey, shout out to Haiti right now, because that's
yeah,
everything going on over there it's crazy to me.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm learning a lot, especially with this family and stuff like that when it comes to like, the Haitian politics and everything that goes down there.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very, happy for it. But when we talk about Falynn, every day I get on here, I make sure to send a super chat to let y'all know I'm here to be on Fallynn's side. And the reason why I said that is because I think nowadays we don't show people compassion no more. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is, oh yeah, this person had to do something for something not to go their way. And sometimes we don't understand in this world, no matter if you do things the right way, you can still get the short end of the stick.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was watching this, when I was hearing the caller earlier, I was very happy to hear that, because I think before I was hearing like a lot of like, Falynn, it sounds suspect. Why is she saying this now? You understand what I'm saying? And like, why does she need help with this? Why does she need help with that? Like let's be logical, okay? I watched the interview. I thought it was really, really good. I got hooked on the Tisa Tells because I seen that a lot of people started talking about her. I was going on different videos and she was breaking stuff down. As I look at it, I do feel that Falynn is a victim of him. You understand what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Okay, yes, she has 3 baby daddies. We all know people who have more than 3 baby daddies, so we're not going to use that against her. Like, let's be serious. Ray done slept with half of the hood and got 16 baby mamas. Ain't nobody telling him something. You understand what I'm saying?
Nick Cannon has 4 babies in the last 6 months.
Okay. But when he do things like that, you understand, like I'm saying, oh, he's doing that because he's dying. But yet when a woman has 3 baby daddies, it has to be something. If she spoke on her to speak about it, that she was dealing with somebody who was abusive, what if she had one of the children from that abusive relationship? You understand what I'm saying? And she doesn't want it to be put out there, because if people go digging, it's going to bring up something that could affect her child. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
She even said that. She even said that, because they're old enough to see all of this.
Yes. And like the media, like, okay, we love these hot topics. I love them. I would, But the one thing I would really like is I will separate reality, like what I see, fiction from reality. We have to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody ever is going to be. As much as I don't like what Porsha is doing, I'm not going to go up to Porsha in real life and be like, you're a hoe, you're a trick. You deserve whatever.
Mind you, there are people doing that in her comments.
No, but I would never go do that, because what is supposed to come to you will come to you. I'm not the bearer for that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with me, because I have been in situations where I have been wrong and I will want somebody to give me grace. And I have been in situations where I was right and somebody did not give me grace at all, even though I was right. You understand what I'm saying? So like every day something happens. But this is what I want to point out. And this is why I am Team Falynn. Forget Porsha, because she's not even half as bad as it. She has a role to play in it, but she is more of a pawn to me now after I've seen everything than an actual contributor to it. And this is why I say this. Falynn had her first child when she was 15, right? Then she had 3 more. She is 32. She's young. She's a young lady, okay? Her life, she had to grow up fast. I remember, because I started following her as soon as I heard, like, I seen on the Peach Daily Report, they were like, oh, this could be a new cast member. So I went and I found her and I was like, oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's beautiful. So I started going down her history. She has a post on her Instagram. I don't know if you can still, like, see it, but she talks about having her child at a young age and how she thought her life was going to end. You know what I'm saying? Because she had it so young and she didn't know what to do. So she knew then that she had to put on her big girl panties. So by that time, she had to learn how to mature. You understand what I'm saying? When you have a child, you no longer can have your own life because it's not just about you, it's you and that child. So when I see that she's so close to her family, it actually makes me happy because this showed me that through her life, she had people there to come in and help her when she needed help with those kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I see somebody said like, oh, her door is broken and she needed people to come in. You don't know the relationship of it all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was sick this past week and my grandmother came, my uncle came and dropped me off some food. Somebody picked me up somewhere. I have different uncles who live in different parts of Florida, and they will take out a drive if like I need it. They would do that for me because that's just what, family does. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
if you got a good family.
yeah, but like no, and like even if you don't have people who related to you, as long as you consider them family, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they would do whatever they can just to make sure you're okay. So that's why I know, like, if I have a problem, I could just call somebody. So I don't see that as weird as calling somebody. Simon knew what he was doing when he was getting with her. Okay? She said she was a little girl, then she became a woman. And when she became a woman, that's when he no longer needed her. There's a reason for that. Because when you're a woman, you will not let the same things, you will not be a pushover as much as if you were a little girl. You don't take the same things. Well, like, come on. When we was 15, 16 years old, we was over there taking anything from Ray Ray. Ray could have told us a girl down the street lying, he ain't with her. And we believed it because we was in love, right? But when you became a grown woman, when you could start telling a man from a boy, you was just like, something ain't right.
And it's based off of those experiences of being stupid.
Exactly. So the fact is that she grew from this and this actually taught her something. You understand what I'm saying? I'm happy she's coming out and telling everything. I've been wanting her to do it, but you cannot tell people when to do things. They do it when they're ready. So yes, she did it after everything blew over, but probably she did this strategically. She probably did this because, it's going to blow over, so nobody's really going to listen. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because she had a time to go back and forth with him. Trust me. If she wanted that action, she could have definitely went there with him when he said those things. Like, come on. Like, she really thought that they were a married couple. And you could see in her eyes, like, she couldn't believe things. Like, we all, like, come on now. Every time she talks about it, she has this sign. Or there's, like, certain things she will not touch.
Yeah.
So, and my thing is this. That man don't got no money to me. The more we dig deeper into this, we see how much of a fraud he is. Okay? It looks like he goes out because, let's be honest, Falynn had money. Falynn has money. She has a logistics company, and this is where she gets her money from. And she said she had 2 assistants. Okay? I don't believe.
Has she confirmed this logistics company? I know Simon said that she had money, but I haven't heard her confirm the businesses. All I've heard is the makeup line.
She made a post about it. Okay. I don't know if it's still on her page, but that's where I got that information from. Because I was re-looking. So I went back and looked at her page and stuff like that this morning when I seen that there was going to be a live and stuff like that, like earlier today. And I was like, I know I want to talk about this. Let me just go back and like refresh myself.
Do your research.
So when I came on here, I knew what I was talking about.
I appreciate it, Nia.
So that's where I got that from. And she even said that in a live because somebody asked her, no, not on a live, on her story. She was asking questions and she told somebody, she was like, I had a logistic company and stuff like that. This is where I got my money from. You understand what I'm saying? So she's very smart. And she
But look, I got to challenge this conversation because in her interview with Tisa, she said that she had bad credit. Not to say that you can't own a company and have bad credit, but if you had such a successful company, would you have bad credit and not be able to get a rental on your own?
Did she say she had bad credit now? I thought she meant like early on. I didn't think.
No, she had bad credit early this year because that's when they started doing the divorce.
Child, she got bad credit. That's on her. She probably was doing something with that money, taking out loans for Simon or something like that, and had no business taking out. She got bad credit.
But why wouldn't she say that though? Look, I have to give you a little challenge back because I've heard this, and
Because
that's
I
one of
feel
the
like
questions. You know, that's
she
one of
would
the
let it be
questions that.
known
Wait,
because
that was one of the questions I felt that should have been asked.
Mhm.
And then, look, I get it. Tisa had a lot of questions that she had to ask. But
Child.
one of the questions that came up in my mind was like, I want to know about her own alleged money because Simon said that, but I felt like he was just saying that because he's in the middle of divorce and figuring out the financials, and he didn't want to have to pay what he had to pay. So I'm not sure, especially if she's saying that she had bad credit, she couldn't get a rental. But if your business was so successful, you'd be able to do more, right? Or have your own.
So what I want to say is that, like, okay, even though you have bad credit, that doesn't mean you don't have money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, that's true.
Credit and people having money, because trust me, there's a lot of rappers out here who don't got no credit. That's why they have to pay everything in cash.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have no credit, but they have the money. So she probably wasn't like taught about the depth of things. You know what I'm saying? She probably had a business, was doing reckless things, and was having a. She may have like a good business credit line, but not a good personal credit line. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know people. I don't want to put their business out there. I ain't gonna say no names.
Don't say any names.
Girl, they got a Amex for their business card, but they cannot get one personally, and there's reasons. So, and the whole
Anyone
thing,
we know? Look, anyone we know? Then maybe
girl,
say.
it's not nobody who knows. Some of my friends, you know, I say in Broward County, Florida, baby, and let me tell you something. Them people down here, they got the cash for everything, but best believe, baby, they don't got the credit. Trust me when I tell you that.
Well,
Trust
she
me.
says that now she has the credit. I mean, you can build your credit up pretty quickly, but they got divorced, or they started moving forward with a divorce end of January, February. We're now this is 5 months later? Possible.
But what if he had the ability to put things, like get things in her name as well? You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What if he also got some things in her name that when it was like they were going through the divorce, it was like, oh wait, hold on. You got this? Because I wouldn't put that past him. You know, he's very he's very flamboyant when it comes to the money. Like, he likes to tell people, like, I got this, I got that, I got this and this and that. And then Tisa Tells telling us over here, baby, this is a rental. This ain't even owned by you. You come here to vacation, take pictures, and you leave. Okay, so you really don't have money like that. So and also another thing, remember that she was saying that like they were looking to get a property together. So what if Simon had good credit but just don't have no money? You understand what I'm saying? But she has the money, but she doesn't have no credit. Or she probably like had credit but never decided to get these things. Because remember, she said she was a very simple girl. Remember, she said she wasn't into the luxury things like Simon. So like, what if like when she met him, she was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this and that, and it ended up messing her up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I don't know, but like I was saying, the interview was very good. I do feel like that she's a victim to Simon. I think Simon chooses his woman wisely. I think he's always going to choose a woman who has money. As much as we love to say Porsha is broke, I do think Porsha has money. Like, I'm going to be honest. I think.
Who says Portia's broke?
No, there's a couple of YouTubers who's out here and they're like, oh, she's broke, that's why she's with him. I don't think she's with him because of, I think she's with him because of the illusion of what he can give her. And not only she can be a real housewife now, because she's been wanting to get married for a long time. And he finally found somebody, because she said he watched Real Housewives, like he already knew what it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is perfect timing for him. Trying to get verified, trying to be seen.
Still ain't verified.
So he's over here putting out these posts to Porsha saying the love of my life and this and this and that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's very strategic. I wouldn't put it past him. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. I want Tisa Tells to she has some very good evidence, because everything that she confirmed with Falynn was like spot on. Falynn didn't really disagree with her on anything like that. And that tells me a lot. Like, she was like, yeah, you're correct, but let me fix this one little end. Okay. So that just lets me know that she got some good details, and the plot twist, I can't wait for that. And not only that, I don't think Jalen and Falynn are together, because they said that she's with a more famous person. And when Simon found out, he was upset. So
Well, if that's the case, then why are we supposed to believe anything else that comes out of Falyn's mouth?
What do you mean?
Because if she's lying that she's with Jalen, I mean, she's lying to us.
No, I didn't say she's lying. I'm not saying that she's lying. I said I don't think they are together. Because in the interview, basically Tisha said, and then Falynn agreed to her, that she's not with Falynn. She's not with Jalen. She's with somebody who is more superstar status than Simon was, and that's what made him mad.
Yeah, but that relationship is no longer happening. She confirmed her relationship with Jalen. I got to move on. All right, Nia, thank you so much for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Kai. Oh, I think I just lost it. Grandma Scary, I'm going to bring you up.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I just want to speak on one thing. I want to tell you what it's like to live with a narcissist. I had 17 years and 4 kids with my first husband, who was a very nice man, but we got married when we were 18 and 19. And we were just 2 very, very different people. And I was a very confident person, wanted a lot of travel and a lot of different adventures out of life. So I worked with a guy. I was an RN, and I worked with a guy who was also a nurse, and he was like the perfect man. Like everything my ex wasn't, would tell me how wonderful I was, would tell me how much he loved me, would actually remember my birthday. After 17 years, the first one didn't, and it took 2 weeks after we got married, which was a year later, for his mask to slip. And he progressively got more controlling. As he felt his control was slipping, he would get more controlling, and he would use his kids. He was jealous of the time I spent with his own kids, let alone my kids. He was jealous of the dog,
Okay.
And I spent 5 years with that man, trying to get out of that situation and not wanting to admit I had made such a mistake. But the first 3 years, I kept waiting for that perfect guy to come back, that guy that I fell in love with. I kept thinking he was there. So when I finally got up the gumption to kick him to the curb, he wanted a year later, after we were divorced, to come and apologize to me for the abuse and the other things he had put me through. So I made sure I had both my grown sons there. One's 6'5", and special ed, the ex, was 5'10". So, I wasn't too worried. Made sure I had both my grown sons there in the other room, and he sat across from the table, and he said this and he said that, and each time he apologized, he would say, "But if you just wouldn't have done this, but if you just would have done this." And at the very end, he leaned forward and he looked me right in the eyes and he said, "But I can tell you, you women do not realize how easy you are, because all I have to do is listen to what is lacking in your lives, and I can become anyone. The only thing is, I just can't keep that person up.
Oh my God.
I haven't figured it out yet. And at that point, I said, okay, well, this interview's over. Time for you to go. Never come back. I've been married to my current husband for 19 years, and he's a wonderful man, but I would not have ever gotten married again if we hadn't grown up together and I hadn't known him from 5th grade on.
Wow.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have trusted anybody else. And to this day, I have triggers and I have PTSD to this day. And you don't realize a narcissist chips away at, I mean, they're the perfect person, they're everything. And, you know, Falynn said, you know, he wanted her to stay home. He didn't want her to have to work or do anything. He wanted her to become a lady of leisure. There goes the credit, because your credit can go if cards, just because they're not used, are shut off, you know, after non-use for so long. That chips away. All kinds of things can chip away at your credit. I don't know what she did with her business, if she just put it in, you know, into like a holding pattern, but all kinds of things can get away from you when you're with a narcissist. And you know, when you're with someone like that, they were going through therapy because you're always wanting that person. You fell in love with that perfect person to come back. But that perfect person was never real in the first place.
No. Wow. Wow.
They were just the best actor. And so when you see Falynn looking so stressed and sad, it's because at first you're lost. You know, it took me a week to realize I could actually go out, lay at the pool. You know, I was in Florida at the time working as a nurse. I could go out, lay at the pool, and read a book and not have anybody come and get mad at me. You don't know what's gonna trigger them. You do not know. And I mean, there's different ways of abuse, and control is a form of abuse, and it's insidious. So for anybody, I feel bad for Porsha. I won't be watching her special for sure. I don't want to watch this guy. But I feel bad for anybody with this guy, because I also listened to that Sunday Omni. I hope I said her name right. Anyway, in regards to his first wife and his second wife, and they were just glad to get rid of him. And that's how I felt.
It sounds as if Falynn's in that space right now. Grandma Scary, we have quite a line backstage, and I want to get to everyone, but I appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah, take care. It's because it's something to think about. She's a survivor. That's what she is. Right now, she's just trying to find her way. All right, you guys take care.
Thank you, Grandma Scary. All right, guys, I have quite a few people backstage, so I want to get quick comments. Let's try. Look, it is Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern here on the East Coast. Let's get to your points, and let's say goodnight. All right, I appreciate you all being here. Look, guys, I know a lot of you may or may not want to hear everyone's thoughts. If you don't, you know what you can do. You don't have to stay here. You could take a break and come back, or not come back at all. It's up to you. This is the way we conduct it here, It is what it is. All right. I like hearing the stories, and I like what Grandma Scary had to say in regards to her experience and how that's relevant to what Falynn may be going through. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the exclusive interview that Tisa Tells had with Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Pina, just this past week. We've posted links in the description of this video so you can check that out as well. Let's get into our next caller. Amelia, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment.
Hey there. Good evening, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. I want to say that the follow-up interview with Tisa was amazing. I am very proud of Falynn. Good for her. I mean, she really seems like she is so light and just relieved at this point. And it kind of explains why she's taken the position she has and not saying much. She's like, let this crazy chick have him, you know? I mean, because he's a mess. I mean, leaving her to go away for 2 months and not even check on her and the kids to say, you know, are they, well, I mean, anything could happen when you have a family. Like, how dare you? So she just seems to be so glad to be free of all that. And I just love how she just expressed that she wanted to say her piece and tell her truth. Good for her. I mean, I thought Tisa asked all the right questions and she got to the bottom of what we all wanted to know. I don't feel like there are many more stones left unturned, you know, in this situation. But I mean, outside looking in, I mean, like, I just don't understand how Porsha can move forward with this guy. I just really don't. I mean, he sounds like a monster. I mean, she didn't paint the picture that way. She just gave the facts.
Yeah. And that was alone enough for you.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't seem, and you know, if you really listen to her, she doesn't point any fingers. She just tells it how it went down. She just tells it like it is. But I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, she'll, you know, get her best life up and running. I keep saying that because she deserves that. She's a beautiful young woman. I mean, she has a lot of life left to live, and I really, really wish her the best.
Thank you so much, Amelia, for calling in.
Oh, of course, always. I've been waiting all week for you to get down to this. I'm like, well, maybe he's just.
Amelia is one of those people, one of the people that have been DMing me, telling me to talk about this. I was just trying to have a life, but I guess I can't have one.
I know, and you know, and I apologize for that. You know,
no, I'm joking.
No, I'm like, leave him alone. Like, he has a life. But you're so good at what you do. You really are. I mean, and you know, you do what you do with a lot of integrity.
Thank you so much, Amelia. I appreciate you.
Yeah, there should be more content creators out here like you guys, because I mean, you do right by the people. You really do.
I'm trying. Doesn't mean I always will, but you know, I'm trying.
No, I mean, like, I'm a fan. I mean, I watch and I look out for your material. It's clean, it's honest. You know, you do, like I said, you do everything with a lot of integrity, and I'm so glad that you're out here, you know, telling us what we need to know and doing it in the right way. And I don't have the shows you report on, I don't even watch, but because you do it so well, like, I now peek in. Like, I don't watch the West Coast Housewives, but now I do. The Shahs, I never watched them, but now I do.
Yeah.
So, you know, good for you, Kempire. You look exhausted. I'm gonna let you go so that we can get someone else on the line, okay?
I appreciate you, Amelia. That was so sweet of you to say. Thank you so much for supporting, and I'm glad we were able to turn you on to new shows.
Oh, please. Okay. Blessings. Have a wonderful night.
You too. Oh, say it again.
Have a great weekend. Get some sleep. You look tired.
Oh, how dare you? Thank you, Amelia. Delsenia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I'm loving all the input of tonight's callers. I think I missed another one or something that I want. Oh, the Data. Don't leave him alone. Stay on Kemp's neck. You know what, Data? Can't stand you. All right, we're going to take a couple of more quick callers, y'all. quick callers because according to Amelia, I need to go get some sleep. Okay, I have to. No, anyways, y'all don't care. Dorit, I'm gonna bring you up. Hey, Dorit, how are you?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What are your thoughts on all of this?
It's a quick one. I think Simon and Fallon's relationship is all smoke and mirrors. Fallon is a liar. I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
Oh my God. Why do you think she's a liar?
Well, she said she wasn't cheating on Simon, and it's come to pass, hasn't it, that she was. Who is she with now?
I mean, we don't know the timeline.
I don't believe her. I don't believe him. That's why I'm saying it's all smoke and mirrors. And I don't believe we're ever going to get to the bottom of this. It's he said, she said.
Oh, damn, Dorit. I appreciate you calling in, but I
can't help it.
I didn't expect you to come out and just say that. I'm like, all right. Thank you, Dorit.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I didn't expect Dorit to say that. Wow. SB, I'm gonna bring you up. I can't see you though, SB. Oh yeah. Turn the light on, SB. We're gonna take a couple of more callers just because I'm feeling generous tonight. SB, you ready for me? Hold on, I'm gonna bring you up. Hey.
Hi. Do I have to? I'm in my car. It's dark and it's raining, and I don't want to. I'm in a parking lot.
No, you can say what you want to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm with the last caller. I'm so kind of getting over the story because it's getting frustrating because there's just, I guess, so much support for I think she's a liar. I guess I agree with, there's so much support for her that it's getting to where people are ignoring blatant lies that this girl has told at this point. And it's just like, even in her interview, I don't mean to go against Everybody Loves, the interviewer the other night or whatever, but even she was just giving her passes on everything, and then even did the follow-up recap and just pretty much just changed minds of everything that I heard Falynn say. And she just is one of those people who rambles a lot, and she scrambles up the story and mixes it up so much that you don't kind of really follow it. And then the interviewer just kind of fills in what they kind of want us to believe. But I heard her say, that she, was dating and all this or whatever, and that she can't really say that it's wrong what Porsha and Simon are doing. But then at the same time, she's also being the victim, but she was doing the same thing. And then that's a double standard. And I don't doubt that she's pregnant. It's, she's vague about it. And so to me, that would be lying again. I mean, she doesn't have to tell us or whatever, but, she just said she never cheated. So that would be a lie if she's pregnant and it's not her husband. So I'm just, I'm over her because she's a person who just does not ever answer a question directly. It's always chase around the truth and this, that, and the other. And it's just like, don't do the interview. Really, I didn't think that anybody was checking for her or anything. I've kind of been the only Porsha supporter out here in the comments anywhere. And it has got, I'm not even that much of a Porsha supporter. The thing of it is the beatdown of Porsha was so extreme as far as the slut shaming and, just continual. I mean, Simon didn't take as much of a beatdown as Porsha did. And it's our own women doing it to her. I mean, she stepped in it. It's her fault or whatever. But at some point, let's get a balanced story here and see, how all this came together. I mean, there has to be something, two sides to the story. I don't think that Porsha's right at all. It was the worst thing I'd ever heard. I was so disappointed. I didn't know what to do because that was just one of my guilty pleasure shows. And she was I was a big fan. So, but I didn't immediately not like Falynn, because you know, I started disliking her because she started lying, and it just wasn't. And I can't even go over this. I've written them in comments everywhere. It's just like there's two truths every time I look back with her. Like it just changes, and she exaggerates and embellishes, and I can just tell when she's lying. And I'm seeing straight through her. I wish her well. I hope she's not pregnant, because it would just be the worst for her. And I do wish her well, because she's in a very bad situation. But I do think that there's like not much betray. I think there's betrayal, but I think that she's definitely in on something bigger than what we all know. And I don't think that she's as innocent as she's appearing to be. And I'm just waiting for it all to, unfold to see. And then I don't care. I don't care already almost. It's like...
Well, if these alleged lies are proven, we will be reporting on them. SB, thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Look, you guys are so, oh my goodness, in the comments right now. Woo! Anyways, guys, as always, we have over 700 something people watching this video. Like this video. Let's get to at least 400. It's 700 and something you watch, and you've been watching consistently. So why not like the video? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. We're going to take a couple more callers, and then we're going to call it a night. We're going to call it a night. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Falyn's final interview. Final. Oh, Lord. The names that you guys give yourselves in the background. I can't. As always, we have cited our sources. We've talked about Falyn's final interview. We've talked about Falynn possibly being pregnant. Oh. All right. I'm going to take some more callers. I'm just going to take a quick comment from you. Dragon Lord 72. What's going on, Dragon Lord?
Hey, good evening, sir. How are you? I hope you and your viewers are having a good time tonight. First, I'm going to make it quick, as I always do. First of all, don't mean to be cruel or anything, but a lot of the callers that I've been listening to, they sound like that they were the Porshas in their tragic horror story. It didn't end well for them. So now they feeling a certain kind of way about it. That's just what I feel. I'm just telling it like it is. I believe everything that Falynn is saying because she has conviction. The eye contact with whoever she's interviewing, they say you lying when your eyes go down to the left and back up again. I didn't see none of that in any interview, not any interview. And number three, Simon reminds me, I'm gonna break it down, every Virgo, he sounds, because I was in a relationship with a Virgo, and from sun up, he ain't a Virgo, but he sounds like he could be one. Because I was in a relationship with one, from sun up to sundown, I felt like I was on trial for a murder I didn't commit. Everything you did, how you showered, how you brushed your teeth was absolutely wrong. And I'm like, who wants to live that way? So she may have like dodged a bullet or whatever. But I believe everything that she's saying. But like I said, a lot of these callers, I mean, they bitter. Like I said, the stands for and fans for Porsha and Simon, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. And, and to the condemned house of Aaron, I know y'all probably watching this too. Hey, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. I mean, I believe Falynn, I think when this is all said and done, she is going to win public opinion. That's just what it is, because his energy is so bad. And the young lady who was talking from Nigeria, I don't know what her name was, her handle was, but she clearly laid it out. And if you listen to her, I mean, it's just the man is not going to win this. So, like I said, I'm Team Falynn, Team Twirl. I'm out. Have a good night.
Thank you, Dragon Lord. Oh, some of these regular callers are hilarious. And I sometimes forget how much you make me laugh. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says, this one is for Dragon Lord. Hashtag Team Falynn. Y'all already know how I am with these whole team whatever. You are Team Kempire if you're here. And if you're Team Kempire, like this video. Don't dislike it. Like this video. Okay? Anyways, we have a couple more callers. Wanda, I'm going to bring you up for a last minute comment, quick comment. Hopefully, please. All right, here we go. Hey, Wanda.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to speak on Falynn wearing the hoodie. It's 90 degrees. I'm in the South. She's in the South. It was 90 degrees that day. And I understand it may have been cold in her home, but wouldn't you have just turned your air down instead of having a hoodie on? So I do believe that Falynn is pregnant, but that's her business. I also think that Porsha is getting herself into trouble because I don't know if you all remember, but when she got with Dennis, Porsha was in trouble with the IRS. I think she owed them like $1.1 million or something like that. And Dennis paid that debt off for her. So I think she's getting into trouble because she was chasing the bag thinking Simon was worth $40 million. And I don't believe Simon has any money.
Any money?
Well, maybe a little bit, but nothing close to what he's claiming to have.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah. And as for Falynn, they were married for 18 months. I know she said they were together for 5 years, but in this technology age, who in the world gets so deeply involved with someone like that that's claiming they're worth $40 million and you don't check? We run background checks on people these days.
Do we?
Yeah. Well, I know I do.
Oh.
I mean, you can't just tell me you're worth $40 million. I'm going to verify that.
Damn.
So.
Okay. Wanda, you're gonna have to let me know behind the scenes so I can check.
Yeah, you got to run checks on people. There are a whole lot of wannabes out here these days. Talk is cheap. Talk is real cheap.
Ooh. Wanda, I appreciate you calling it. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Wanda says she is out here doing background checks. Well, ask Porsha that. What question was that? Hold on, I'm missing a super chat. Alicia, I forgot I even have this sound effect. Thank you for this. She says, I live in Texas, deep Texas, near Mexico, and I wear hoodies in the house and outside in 90-degree heat. Even when I lived in El Paso, I wore them. I can see that. I know people that do that too. Even during this time of year. And their house can be freezing and they can turn down temperature. I'm like, why don't you just turn down? Now I'm going to wear my hoodie because they like wearing the hoodie. Okay. Until Sonia said, I'm not mad at Wanda. I can't with you guys today. Queen of Thoughtlandia. I wonder who this is. Hello, Queen.
Kempire, how you doing?
Well.
Oh,
I'm sure you've been listening to all of us and all the callers. What are your thoughts on all of this?
Oh my gosh, you guys have set me up. First of all, the last super chat, I do wear hoodies, especially in as hot as it is in New Jersey in the East Coast. So I'm with that. I like my comfortable. In regards to this story, oh gosh. I mean, Simon may not be, worth $40 million like American. He may be worth 40 million naira. So that's the Nigerian conversion money. So that's what might still count. As far as like Porsha and Falynn, my goodness, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them were pregnant, or Portia's trying to get pregnant to secure her second bag, or forever bag, or her African bag. I don't even know. I'm just at this point where I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired of these hoes who just sit their asses down, go find a job on the LinkedIn, and like get over this mess. Like, it's cleared. He played y'all. Y'all done. What else is new?
Damn.
I'm serious. We are over this crap. Like, we got more important stuff to do. We got, Linda. What's the latest coronavirus? We got Delta, Labada.
Linda. You know what?
We're gonna have Maria next. Like, it's just a lot more important stuff. So I'm just looking like y'all heifers are just like, y'all just over it. Like, can y'all just go like read a book or something? Like, find something constructive in this, like, in this pandemic. Like, hell, start a DIY channel. Do that.
I love me a good DIY channel.
Right?
Queen of Thoughtlandia, is that it before I let you go?
That is it for now. Everyone have a good weekend. And to Kempire, that lady was right. Get some rest, though.
Oh,
I love you. Get some rest. Have a good
I can't. Y'all shaded the hell out of. You know what? I should have just went to bed. I should have can't come live. I should have went to bed. Mama, I have a desk to put together. Not gonna put that together tonight because y'all told me I need my beauty rest. Y'all shady. It's all right. I still love y'all anyway. We have over 700 and something people watching this. I'm your boy, TheKempire. If you're not following me on social media, IG, Twitter, and TikTok, you're getting under a minute hot topics, consistent content on a daily basis. And that's why this face is tired. Okay. All right. Final caller. So if you call in now, I'm not picking up your call. Okay. All right. Erica, I'm going to bring you up. Hey, Erica. Erica. Okay, Erica, you have me playing on in the background. You probably need to call back in because maybe there's a delay. I'm not sure. All right. Okay. Final thoughts. If you're just joining us, we were talking about Tisa Tells exclusive interview, final interview with Falynn Guobadia, Falynn Peanut. Fallon's probably watching the video. Falynn, did you just like the video? Take it back. Take it back, Falynn. Take it back. Simon, did you just like the video? Take it back. We actually seen people do that. Take back. And you would be shocked at the amount of people that are actually watching you here on YouTube. So when you guys call in, trust and believe people are listening. Falynn confirmed that in her conversation with Tisa Tells. She was watching us because we were talking about Porsha not fitting the outfit that she took from her house. She mentioned it. And then we hear it in other ways through other people. People are watching us. YouTube is the new TV, as you guys already know. I love it. One day we will have our daytime talk show, and then you'll be like, Kempire, remember when you were on YouTube? I'll still be on YouTube, y'all. Even the daytime talk shows are on YouTube. I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to go get some beauty rest because apparently I look tired. I'm okay with it, though. I'm okay with it because I'm tired because I've been working so hard, bringing you consistent content. Show me some love by subscribing to the channel. Let me know. Join our YouTube membership at TheKempire.com. You're getting a lot of really fantastic perks, loyalty badges, emojis. Show them y'all emojis, members. There's 2 levels, Team Kempire, and then, of course, our Royal Court. TikTok, thank you so much for being here as well. I appreciate you all. Have a fantastic evening. Oh, by the way, just seeing one funny mommy in here. I will be introducing a TikTok viral comedian star. One funny mommy, one funny Lisa Marie. She has a show in Newark, New Jersey, August 21st. August 21st at NJ Pack. Go get your tickets. I will be introducing her. So I'll say a little something, and then I'm out. Booked and busy. Data says I'm the Norman. Really, Data? Are you the Norman? Constantly shading me? I don't know if you're Norman. Yes, I love seeing your crowns, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love doing this for you. We will continue to give you more and more great content. Thanks to your support. And shout out to the people that have sent me Cash Apps. Shout out to the people that send me Venmos. I appreciate you. I honestly don't see them until I'm off the live. So I never really get an opportunity to say thank you to everyone that have joined our Patreon or sent Cash Apps and things like that. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Appreciate everyone that's become a team member here on YouTube. People that send me gifts on TikTok. Appreciate you all being here. And Annette, again, thank you so much. Annette, thank you for the super chat. Let me play my look. Annette says, my integrity and self-respect can't be bought. I hear that. I know that's right. I don't know what I said or what part of the video you're watching, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for the for sending it and supporting the channel. Shout out again to my fellow content creators, Tisa Tells. Again, you'll be able to support her channel by checking out her video. It's linked in this video. Subscribe to her channel, all that good stuff. Shout out to Sunday Omni, who also has been following this story and releasing her own really great content as well. So be sure to check her out and support her channel. And shout out to all my fellow content creators, my boy Up and Adam, who did the very first exclusive interview with Falynn Guobadia. If you haven't checked that out or locked into his channel, head on over there and support him. And just shout out to all of my fellow incredible content creators here on YouTube that I've been collaborated with or friends with. Appreciate you all being here. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to everyone that sits in the super chat. Shout out to everyone that called in. And shout out to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the chat. I appreciate you all being here. Have a fantastic evening. And I will see you probably tomorrow. You'll definitely get content tomorrow. Shout out to my Twitch fam. What's going on, Domini? Appreciate you. I laugh at everything. Really? CC, come on. Data says, yes, I'm Norman. I'm 13 years deep. You're right. Data's been following me. So for those that think I'm new to this, no, I'm true to this. Data can prove it to you. He's been following me ever since I've been doing radio. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic evening. And yes, I am working on intro and outro and all this other effects and all that. It's coming, y'all. I can only do so much in regards to all of this. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.